Alright everybody, we're reviewing a mod no one probably cares about, so let's get right to it. So Half-Life before was released in 2009, and there isn't really any way to check out what the reviews were like at that time, but the reviews now, just fucking look at it. So is it really that bad, or is it just a bunch of people overreacting? Let's find out. So what originally piqued my interest in the game was the story. It's a prequel of sorts, and follows events leading up to the original Half-Life. It's a neat idea, but they managed to fuck it up pretty hard. In fact, a large majority of the complaints cite this as a reason it's so bad. So what'd they do to fuck it up so bad? Well, it doesn't actually tell you the story in-game, it says it on the main menu. At least the introduction to it. But it's a bit obscured. Let's see here. Enter a parallel... Wait a minute, what?! What fucking parallel world? Oh, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go over this logically. So, we gotta enter a parallel world and retrieve another artifact. So first of all, what parallel world are we speaking of? And where are we taking an artifact from? And why is it the second one? Or, there might even be more than two. It just says another artifact. Okay, so where are we taking it from? Well, let's just start it up quick and see. Oh, it's a fucking boat. That just opens up a whole other door of questions. Whose boat is this, and why do we have to steal the crystal from them? I thought the Zen crystal was given to Black Mesa by G-Man anyway. Speaking of Zen, why are there Zen creatures here? I guess I'll just have to write that shit off as a fucking parallel universe or something. So back to those whose boat this is. The only clue we have are these soldiers in blue. Wait a minute, blue? Are we stealing from the UN? It's about as good a guess as any, considering we're not told any new information through the rest of this mod. Also, something I'd like to point out, this mod introduces this new monster that's an experiment somebody made. Whoever boat this is, I guess, made it. But they say they created it, but it's just Nahanlith. Well, I say Nahanlith, but you actually have to fight this monster at the end of the mod. And it's just a barnacle that moves around with a Nahanlith skin. Yeah, that's as stupid as it sounds. Also, it dies in like 2 seconds. So what else is there to talk about this game? Well, that's the thing. There really isn't much to talk about. Which leads us to our second problem with the mod. It's really short. Like, really fucking short. The game only took me like 15 minutes to beat. Now, I don't think mods have to be long, and I don't think this is much of a problem, but I think the amount of backlash is coming from the fact that it's on Steam. Since it made it on the storefront in the first place, I think people were generally expecting something more high quality, or at least something a bit longer. An hour, 2 hours, around that range, maybe at least half an hour. Look, I know Steam had like 40% of its entire library released in 2016 alone, but I think people still want a semblance of quality on their storefront. Why do you think there's all these groups with the sole purpose of cleaning up Steam Greenlight? So what I'm trying to say is, the game just doesn't make the cut for it to be good enough to be something that should be on Steam. It's just not above average enough to justify it. So overall, does the game really deserve to get all the hate it did? No, I really don't think so. Yeah, I know, I just lambasted the game for the entire review, but what is actually there is quite good. It's got good level design, and things feel like they progress in a natural order. They're not strewn about, and despite its length, it's got a good balance. So, at the end of the day, I do recommend you check out this mod. It's pretty short, and it's not anything special, but I do think it is well designed enough for you to have fun with it. So go ahead and check it out. Hey guys, Tristan here, and I'd like to thank you for watching my first review. I'd had the idea to do this review for a long time now, but it never came to be. However, I just recently got down to brass tacks and just finally did it. My line delivery is a little awkward in a few places, and...
Hey, nice car, Bozo.
Hey!
I think I'll take it.
Get back here! Oh my god, look out! You can't be serious right now. Oh my fucking god. Ugh. Well, now how the hell am I gonna get back home? Wait a minute, what's that? Well, better than nothing, I guess.